is going on, boys and girls? It's your boy, Macleangamble, coming at you with yet another fresh edit. And I don't know what to tell you. We got a lot of stuff to cover on this video. It's going to be a little back and forth. I'm kind of all over the map. I got some reminders just in case I forget what we're talking about. But let's start with the basics. We got R2. We got our Fortnite standees for support. I don't know where to move my hand to do this properly. I'm still getting used to this. There we go. That looks good. Not going to knock them over, hopefully. And we got our background, T-Mac Games. So I guess we're all set. Sit back, relax, grab your snacks. And we're going to get into today's video. I'm also going to do another cut of that because why not? It's your boy, Macleangamble, coming at you with yet another edit. You might be wondering why I'm in this getup. Just 1 second, boys and girls. I'm in the Pookie suit. That's what Pookie usually storms around in. She looks adorable. I threw it on for this video. Why not? It'd be fun. Hope you guys appreciate it. I just like bringing you content. And we got Macleangamble Games in the back. Where do I put my finger? We got R2-D2 because, everybody knows you can't get through any episode of Star Wars without R2-D2. Like, he's clutch every time. He's going to save your butt. And we got our Fortnite standees. Ooh, right here. Those were donated by some in real life followers of the channel that have, they've just been great supporters of me in general. So I got to thank you to them. I'm not going to throw their names out there, but, you guys are awesome. Anyway, let's get these headphones back on. And let's get into the next segment of this video. And boys and girls, there's a lot I want to talk to you about today. I didn't remember, or I'm sure I wasn't going to remember everything, so I just stuck some sticky notes to my chest so I wouldn't forget. So let's just start with, we're just going to start ripping these off and going through them. Okay, that one's pretty straightforward. Thank you! And what I mean by that is, you guys as a community have been so awesome and so supportive. Not only my Fortnite community, not just the YouTube community, but the people around me in real life. Everybody is just, I'm getting so much support, so much encouragement to just keep trucking through, keep doing what I'm doing, and find a way to make things work. And it means the world to me. And I hope everybody else is getting the same support. I just love blessings. I hope everybody's doing really, really well. We're gonna throw the thank you note in the garbage, but boys and girls, I can't thank you enough for everybody who was early in the channel, liked and subscribed. We're on the road to 200, and we're getting crazy growth right now on the channel. It's happening a lot faster than it was before, and I think it's gonna just keep going. And it's all because of you guys, and it's fun to see. It's exciting. I've said this a million times. I didn't think I'd hit 10 subscribers. We're 10 subscribers away from 200 right now. And I'm sure once that happens, we're rolling to 500 and we're just going to keep going. I'm not stopping. I'm having a lot of fun with you guys and the community. I've mentioned this before. I just did this because of the pandemic and I'd be playing video games and I figured why not stream them and bring you guys some content. And 200 of you guys have come around and subscribed and are following and are jumping into lobbies, playing games, having fun. You're in my competitions, and it feels good. It's nice. It's really, really nice. So thank you all very much. I appreciate the support. And let's just go on to the next one. I don't know what this one is about. Oh, well, let's so well. Channel growth. I was just talking about this. And yeah, I'm gonna sound redundant at this point. Didn't think we'd hit 10 subs. We're almost at 200. And that's all because of you guys. And yeah, I don't know what else to say about this channel growth. Like, I've been getting 3 to 4 new subscribers a day, and a lot of it comes from like just playing random squads, asking people to jump in my lobby, and I don't know, I'm just doing what I'm doing. I'm having fun doing it, and I'm having fun playing with you guys, and it's building the channel, it's building the community, and I love, the most important part is the community is great. You guys try to interact with each other, you try to support each other, you play with each other, and that's, I can't always be there. Right now, I've got work and life priorities, like I got R2 here helping me out, we got stuff we gotta get done. But the fact that you guys can all game with each other and have a great time like that, I've made something that's, I'm not gonna say it's bigger than me. It is bigger than me. And even though it's small right now, like, we're growing it. And it's gonna keep growing, I hope. And I'm gonna keep working at it and keep giving you guys content, because I love what is happening and seeing, and that channel growth, that community. More important than the channel growth is the community growth. I love seeing you guys playing with each other. And yo, not enough of you comment with your game stories on my stuff. Like, send me clips if you can. I know for a lot of you, you're on DS, you're on whatever, it's hard to clip your games, but like, when you guys are playing with each other, send me clips. I look at the comments on the videos. I love having you guys in the community. You are what made this happen. And on a perfect note, like, I was just watching a video about business entrepreneurship, and I've got a lot of stuff I want to get done after I post this video today, but one of the things an entrepreneur, a really successful entrepreneur I was talking about, was how when you become like a manager, you get this mentality that you're the big guy in charge and people work for you. When in fact it's the exact opposite, and I really resonated with that, because I'm managing this channel, this is my channel, but I don't do it for me, I do it for you guys. I'm working for you guys, I'm hustling, I'm trying to make this happen because I love having you in my games, like in my lobbies. But before the pandemic, I used to play by myself, random squads. I didn't have Awesome Bananas or Jace or King Saya, or like, there's so many names I could shout out right now on the channel, but like, I didn't have you guys in my lobbies, and it's so much more fun playing with you, and that's what's driving this channel growth, that awesome community, and it's 110% because of you guys. So let's go back to comment number 1. Thank you. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, like I said, I don't know what to say, so we're going for sticky note number 3. I should probably read this one first. Oh, that's a big one. Analytics and Mr. Beast. So this is something I wanted to talk about, and I'm gonna roll a clip right now for you guys. It's Mr. Beast in an interview with Nadeshot and CouRageJD. These are, for anybody who doesn't know, Nadeshot is like the owner president. He's running 100 Thieves, which is a huge video gaming organization. If you don't know Mr. Beast, watch the video. He gives away millions and millions and millions and thousands, and like left, right, and center. The dude is blowing up on the internet. He's got so many viewers, and he comes off so simple. You would think this guy was a dumbass. Pardon my swearing, I don't do that often. But he comes off that way. He is a freaking genius. And you have to watch him a while to pick up on it. It looks like he just got lucky on YouTube. That's not it. And we're going to talk about this a little bit more later, I think. But anyway, I'm going to roll that clip now. Check it out. I might fast forward through some parts. Hope you enjoy it, but I'll be back in a minute. And boys and girls, I was planning on editing this clip down, but there's just so much great content, and Mr. Beast has just, you know, so much wisdom to offer. I decided just to upload the whole thing. It's almost 45 minutes long. I'd recommend you watch the whole thing, but yeah, if you don't want to, this would be the time to fast forward to the Fortnite content and me at the more toward the end of the video. But anyway, without further ado, Mr. Beast.
For the sake of a clippable clip that we can clickbait, can you say you hate me?
I hate Nadeshot.
Wow, there you go. Jesus
There you go.
Christ. Well, Mr. Beast hates Nadeshot.
He
Clip it and ship
sucks.
it. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new edition of the Courage and Nadeshot Show. We are very excited because we are on location. This is a remote episode. We're here in North Carolina because probably actually what we just heard, the biggest YouTube Originals event just happened live from this studio. We've got the incredible Mr. Beast. He is a YouTube content creator and philanthropist with over 60 million subscribers across all his channels and over 7.8 billion views across his videos. Just for context, guys, I have been on YouTube for 10 years and I have 2 channels and I have like 700 million views. He has 7.8 billion views across his videos. He's co-creator of Team Trees, a fundraiser for the Arbor Day Foundation, which has raised over $22 million. And he is one of the pioneers of the highest budget challenge content genre on YouTube. Really just created it himself. Jimmy, there's a lot of things I can say about you. These are just a few of the things that our producers felt were important. But holy shit, man, you are a titan of the industry.
Thank you. I don't even know how to respond to that, but thank you. Yeah, we've managed to accomplish a lot, luckily.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been phenomenal. And I think this event just continues to add accolade and accolade to barriers you continue to break down.
Oh my gosh, so much praise. I know, I just don't ever know what to do when people praise me, but thank you. I'm so glad to be here. You guys have great personalities, and this is gonna be a good podcast. I'm really excited.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, you know, there's so many things we can ask you, and we're gonna try to narrow it down to a couple, but I just wanna touch on this event first because it's the most recent in my mind. You and Jack did a phenomenal job as hosts, the D'Amelio family. You gave away $300,000 for them to now give to all of their followers and their subscribers. And it was something unlike anything I've seen before, right? Because you had the rock, paper, scissors. I was so honored that you invited me and I was a part of that. And to come out here and actually see your team in action and see you know, how you prepare, how the product actually ends up being delivered and how you interact with your audience, it's just something that I'm a really big fan of. So I'm curious, like in your mind, where the idea for Creative Games started and where you think it can go. And I know that's an ambiguous question.
Yeah, no, I got you. So definitely where it started was it almost just blew my mind that no one is just getting a bunch of creators together to do stuff. So it started with, we flew some creators down for some Last Leave video and that went well. And so then I decided to put 10 YouTubers in a giant circle and the Last to Leave it got 100 grand. And that went well. So then we decided to do the Battle Royale video where we flew down 32 YouTubers, put balloons above their head, and you know, last YouTuber with the balloon popped won 100 grand.
That was crazy.
Yeah, and that one did really well. And so we saw that like people love these videos where we got a lot of their favorite creators together. And I was just like, how is no one else doing this? And so naturally we were just like, hey, YouTube, you know, what if we got them together and just did a big rock, paper, scissors tournament? And honestly, that one did well, but I wasn't the biggest fan of that. It was a little repetitive, honestly. After you watched like 10 games, you kind of like, you know, you're just throwing rock, paper, scissors. But this one, I was really happy with. I loved the trivia. I loved the just how different it was, how it wasn't just the same thing over and over. And if you look at the chart of the live viewers, I mean, it was pretty flat most of the time. So I'm really happy with it.
I mean, it peaked over 1 million viewers.
I know.
Which is just unbelievable. I think the previous record was over 800,000 for a YouTube original. Yeah. So that alone is just like an accomplishment beyond itself.
I'm so happy. I know. That's so cool.
I mean, when you hold these events, I mean, you quite literally take over the internet. I mean, I can't even imagine what a feeling that must be for you.
We just finished, not even, what, like 30 minutes ago. And
yeah, we got them quick. We were like, all right, we're going to get
hot off the press. Yeah. Hot off the press.
I mean, I'm smiling a lot. I'm really happy. Like, I was just tweeting. Like, you know, I'm really happy when I put like multiple hearts in a tweet or something like that. But yeah, no, I'm just really happy.
No, it was a lot of fun. I mean, I was not expecting the day to go the way that it did.
I wasn't either. I'm a pessimist, so I thought like it was gonna be cringe. I was like, this sucks. No one cares about trivia. And then like after we did a few creators and we asked some questions, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool.
Well,
like,
the fact that it was the closest number wins, that there was more of an opportunity where like those wild guesses could happen.
Yeah.
It was like really good trivia where if you had smarts, you could do well, but there was also a good balance of like, hey, if you're a good guesser, you got luck on your side.
And there was good, is this cake or not cake?
Yeah, like things like that, like are something that everyone can really resonate with, and it gave really everyone a chance that was in it. So, and I think Dixie popped off. I mean, what did you think about the D'Amelio family?
It blew my mind with that one where it was Dixie D'Amelio versus MatPat, and a question came up like, list as many numbers in pi as you know, like 3.14, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, Matt got it. Like this is MatPat in a question summarized. And then I just see Dixie just pick up her board. She just go, tsh. I'm like, no way. I was like, she's just writing random numbers. There's no way she's about to get this right. And then she got like one letter more or one number more than Matt. And I still can't believe that. That's
I'm telling
crazy.
you, man, fresh out of high school. Like, that's what it's got to be. You know, like, they blew up so quickly because of TikTok. And obviously, they're doing so much more now. You can see that their family is very business-focused and business-minded. But they're so young. I mean, she was probably in math class a year ago going over these things and some of this, like, history and geography.
How old's Dixie? She has to be 20-something. There's no, is she 19?
Oh, I thought her...
Charlie's 16.
Oh, I thought her and Charlie were twins.
No.
No, she's older than Charlie, but I don't think
Oh, they look so similar.
I don't think she's...
That's my fault.
I don't think she's over 21.
Dixie age.
I would be surprised.
Let's see.
I thought they were twins. I'm mind blown.
Yeah, she's 19. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, so close enough. But yeah.
If they
I was
come
like,
to you,
I don't feel like Nadeshot is in the right range here.
if they come to you and are like, hey, we're going to get your $300,000 to give away, what is the best way we can do this video? Because I feel like they're really trying to learn the YouTube space and build it out more. Would you give advice?
Yeah, I don't want to say anything that would put down what they're doing. I mean, as long as
Oh, no, I'm not saying that.
Yeah, no, but whatever I say, people are gonna be like, oh, well, then you should have done what Beast recommended. Like, yeah, just whatever is on brand and like creative enough and cool. You know, like if they just want to give 30 people 10 grand, that's cool. You know.
Okay.
All right, well, I have a ton of other questions.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's much more here than the original.
I have to do this and thank Cash App because we love them so much. We even brought, it's not the money that you use, but we got to use it somehow, right? Yeah. This show is brought to you by Cash App. If you don't use Cash App, then fuck. I honestly shouldn't need this paper anymore, how many times I do this ad read. Yep. If you aren't following Cash App on Twitch, you are missing out on a load of opportunities to get free cash. Cash App hosts free cash giveaways all the time on their Twitch channel, so be sure to stay up to date for when they go live, see great content around gaming and free cash. You may even see some of your favorite 100 Thieves creators up there. Twitch.tv/Cash App is where it is at. Finally, we are stoked to be working with Cash App to support the Gamers Outreach Foundation. Oh, Cash App is going to love that. Now when you sign up for Cash App and use promo code THIEVES, THIEVES, that is THIEVES, not only will you receive $10, but Cash App will also donate $10.
No way.
To Gamers Outreach.
Gamers Outreach.
Which is a foundation that creates gaming cards for children so they can play video games when they're dealing with treatment in hospitals. So remember to use code THIEVES when you download Cash App from App Store or Google Play today. No read, I am not cutting that from the video, so don't even ask. Let's keep the show on the road. We got Mr. Beast for 45 more minutes.
Wait, I have a question.
We're gonna press him with everything, and I mean everything.
All right.
Hit me.
Open book. What do you think about Among Us?
Love it. We've done like 4 videos that have gotten 20 million views each.
Do you think it's here to stay?
Oh, snap. All right, wait. I don't want to be quoted in like 6 months and like then, oh, Mr. Beast doesn't know what he's doing. He thought Among Us wouldn't die. My verdict is, what is here to stay mean? Like, are you talking, is it still pulling like crazy views or average views?
Is it going to do a Fall Guys, what Fall Guys did? Or
I don't think it's going to do so here's Fall Guys, up, down. I think Among Us is up, down, level off like halfway. That and then fall. But that's way further down the road.
So my career's not dead with Among Us.
No. I think you'll keep pulling views for a few more months, yeah.
Woo! That's all I need, and then on to the next one.
And guess what? The best part about it, bro, Q4 monetization.
There you go. It should last you until the end of the year. That's my prediction.
For anyone that doesn't know, this is the best time of year. It's like Christmas came early in October because around Q4, that's when all the brands are spending their big dollars in marketing budgets, and that's when CPMs on YouTube, and that's where everybody cashes in. So it was really great for me for a long time when I was like a primarily Call of Duty creator because
the game came out.
Call of Duty came out at the same time every year, and for like iPhone came out in September, so all the major viewership was just in Q4.
Well, a lot of that correlates because Q4 ad rates are higher because that's when people buy products. So that's when companies also drop their products. So a lot of people share that same experience.
I can't wait.
You're clearly like a very intelligent individial, right? I mean, you probably have a lot of young kids.
I wouldn't say, when it comes to YouTube, I would say I am. But anything else, average.
Well, I think you're selling yourself short and doing yourself disservice. And I know you're humble, and that's one of the things that I think resonates with me the most. It's like last night, Jimmy drove us back to our hotel and all of his boys stayed and played basketball. Like I was like shocked because if we were talking about in the hotel, I'm like, if I were Jimmy, I would have said, one of you motherfuckers take them home or call an Uber or my manager's gonna do it. And I like, for me, it's like those are the small things when I meet people.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I was just, that for me was incredible. So,
or maybe I knew you were just gonna talk about it on the podcast. So I'm kidding.
200 IQ.
meta, that's meta.
Meta. Yeah,
But
big brain.
what I'm getting at is like, you're clearly very smart, and I don't think anybody really understands how much diligence and how much work you do behind the scenes, right? Because it's one thing to have a really good idea.
Yeah.
It's another thing to optimize it to the algorithm for YouTube and really understand the data and your analytics. And so I think for people at home, they get to see this finished product. But in my mind, and something that Jack talks about a lot, I'm curious, how much time when you have an idea till it's executed and uploaded do you spend on everything else except for the actual filming of the video?
Yeah, well, so to unpack that a little bit, yes, we purposely tried to, or I purposely tried to make the videos seem a lot simpler than they are. I think that's part of the coolness of the videos, the mystery. Like, how can I give someone 100 grand? And then just like a lot of people, if they gave away 100 grand, they would make a huge deal about it. But sometimes we're just like, yeah, here's 100 grand. Like, thanks for watching, bye. And I think like doing it that way makes it more fun and just more interesting, especially when we like play it off, or if we go in a store and buy everything in the store and then we're like, yep, we did it, and so I like to keep a little bit of it mysterious because I think that's what people enjoy. But I mean, unfathomable amounts of time. I mean, I don't even know how to answer that question outside of just filming. I mean, we brainstorm video ideas, relentlessly, hours every day. We spend hours, just doing everything. I don't even know, like my whole life, since I was 13, there probably hasn't been a single hour that's gone by that I've been awake where I haven't thought about YouTube. Like that is pretty close to being accurate. And I just literally wake up, work, go to bed. If I work, like create videos or set up videos or think of videos or perfect or study the algorithm, whatever it is, that's basically just what I do. So
if you were gonna I guess, let me hone in on it more because you're right, it was a little bit of a broad question. Say there's another YouTuber like me, right? I have found success in my career.
Yeah.
And I've had stints where I do really well, not in comparison to you.
I know.
It's not the same impact. If you were in my shoes, or you could tell me one thing that I should be focused on or doing better, what would it be?
Literally, I'm gonna pull up your channel and I will do this.
Okay.
Which one? Nadeshot?
Hey.
Is the Nadeshot channel?
Yeah, just Nadeshot.
Okay.
100 Thieves take notes. Well, don't talk about my uploads because it's not that consistent.
Yeah, I don't upload that much. Sometimes I go a month without posting that.
That was my excuse, so now I don't really got much.
Let's go. I've been waiting.
Thumbnail consistency?
I've been waiting for this day for years. It doesn't come off the tongue as easy. Your video from 2 weeks ago. The thumbnail is just your face with your hand. I don't really know what you're going for. So just out the bat from the clickbait, as a viewer, I'm not really enticed. I'm more confused, which is something a lot of people mistake. Like confusion doesn't make people want to click sometimes. Like people.
See, I always thought that was my claim to fame, but now I think I need to rethink my entire life.
I've heard so many people say that. It's like, so they'll purposely like make a title like a little vague or confusing, and they're like thinking like, oh, the viewer's going to click to want clarification, but more often than not, they just, the video below it is just an accurate, not confusing, good video, and they just fucking click that one, you know what I mean? So that one, the clickbait doesn't really draw me in. Surprising my dad with the $10,000 vacation. That one, the title is good. And clickbait's relative, because one thing though is like, if someone enjoys your previous video, that also determines your CTR on your next video, because if they had a good experience, then they'll click on the next one. If they had a bad experience, doesn't matter how good your clickbait is, they're not gonna watch the next one. So, what's the retention like on these videos? Is it above 50%?
I haven't looked at my analytics in 3 years.
I'm willing to bet the retention isn't as high, because that one, the clickbait's fine.
All right. Can
you do mine?
Yeah, don't tear my life down.
Okay, all right.
I'm so self-conscious now. I've never felt self-conscious about my YouTube channel until now. More broadly, I guess, so that you don't.
I don't
sit in a corner and cry tonight about my lack of responsibility and for creators that haven't reached the size that you have.
Yeah.
It's just data.
In general, find something you like, because you have to like it. It's going to take many, 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 many years. Step one, that. Step two, well, I guess, let me digress. It doesn't have to take many years, but it depends. Like, if you're not naturally entertaining, like most people like me, and I'm sure you guys took a while to find your groove, it's going to take a while. There are some people that are just really funny, and it comes easy. But so if you're not doing something that's just inherently fun to you, you're just quit. Just give up. Like you gotta at least semi-enjoy what you're doing, or you're gonna quit long before it gets to the point where it brings in money or whatever else could be driving you. So find what you love, and then I would just hyper obsess. Make sure no one doing what you're doing is doing it better. Make sure the videos are as good as possible. I mean, there's a million little tips I could give you.
Dude, you've got, I know. You just got a motor that just doesn't stop,
well, like
man.
one thing
Good
is
for
like, a lot of people though, they underestimate effort in videos. They think things are a lot more basic than they are, but like even if it's like halfway in a video, if there's just a 10-second clip that took you like 20 hours to film, like people recognize that. And like, that is one thing that a lot of people undervalue. Is like, viewers aren't stupid. They can tell when you half ASS, I don't know if I'm allowed to curse, a video, or if you like
Fuck
really,
shit, bitch.
all right,
Shit.
there you go, half-assed a video, or if you like really put in effort. And like, if they can tell you're putting in a lot of effort, they're gonna be more likely to click on future videos. And that snowballs. And because once you build that trust, they get to a point where it doesn't matter what you upload. They just know it's high effort, and they just know it's great. And they're just conditioned just to watch because you have a good track record. God
damn. Send me to school, man. Shit. Hold on. Hey, Jackson, you taking notes over there? You really are taking notes.
Writing it down.
One of the co-founders of 100 Thieves is taking notes right now. Jimmy, I feel like you're putting on a clinic.
I mean, this is what I do for fun. I literally like 2 days ago was in a mastermind with like 10 small YouTubers, and I was like, ask me anything. And like, it's funny because like, one of them would ask me a question, and sometimes I would just wait, and I'd see what the other people say. And I'm like, yeah, that's what you would think. And I'm like, but that's completely wrong. And that's why most people don't know what they're doing.
How many videos did you upload when COVID first started? From the span of February until I would say now. How many videos in comparison to what you normally?
Before so COVID at the start really hurt us because like testing wasn't a thing, and no one really knew. Like no one even knew if a mask did anything back then. And so, I mean, literally what we did, I don't even think I ever said it publicly, is we actually had all the boys move in with me. So for like a few weeks, Chris Chandler, Chris's wife, our cameraman, all our directors, logistics, or I don't know if logistics did, we literally lived together. We had like 2 houses side by side, and like we were just crammed in houses. So then we had all our stuff dropped off and sanitized before we opened the door. So there was no way for us to get COVID. And then, so we literally quarantined together so we could keep filming. And then as testing became more predominant, like we held off a lot at first because there was limited testing too. And, we didn't want to take up a bunch of the tests. But once testing, there's plenty of tests to go around. Now we, just test people super frequently.
Yeah, I guess from a business perspective, that was where my question was derived from. It's like,
yeah.
How much money do you think that you
Millions,
lost?
Definitely. Because ad revenue plummeted.
Tens of millions?
No, but millions, yeah. Because ad revenue plummeted.
Yes, it did.
And also, like, we had videos in the works that we couldn't upload, and that was brutal. And we had projects that were halfway done that we couldn't finish, but we already paid for. It was like, literally, it was the worst thing that could have ever happened to me. It was brutal, very brutal.
How much money do you have?
$1.
I got you. I asked you.
My guy, I was going to ask it eventually.
$100.
What's the most money you've ever spent on one video?
Oh, that is a fun one.
You invest in all your content.
Yeah,
I know that from everything I've heard, it's like all the money that you make, like
goes
quite
back into
literally goes back into videos.
Actually, like literally at the end of 2019, we our cash flow was low. We had to borrow a little bit of money to keep filming. He's laughing.
And that's the definition of an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I mean, we go hard. We definitely dump it all back in. I'm not afraid. But I'd say the most we spent was probably $1.2 million. Because we did last take hand off $1 million keeps it, so the winner got $1 million, and then we gave second place 30 grand, third place 20 grand, fourth place 10 grand. No, so and then it also costs like 40 grand to set up. Yeah, like $1.1 million.
Do you have a financial manager?
Oh, of course. Yeah, we have.
Was it like an episode? Was it like the movie Wolf of Wall Street, where his dad walks in and is like, "What the fuck? What is going on?"
You would be surprised. Like when I first started, when we first started scaling up way smaller, my mom and I would fight all the time. She thought I was crazy. I would have like $40,000 in my bank account, and like we were just starting to get a little bit of money after just scraping the barrel, like all the time. And like we would finally after all these years, we had a little bit of money. I'm like, yeah, I want to spend it all on a video. I want to give my 30 million subscriber 3 million pennies, but because you have to buy the pennies and transportation, it was actually like 45 grand. So it's like I want to spend basically like 90% of my money on a video. My mom was like, no, No, I'm like, nah, Mom, don't worry. And like, like we fought so much back in the day.
You're a YouTube genius, it's clear.
Yeah,
So
well, I basically went all in, very, like a ton of dimes on my channel, and I was just very confident after doing the research for many, many years that it would work out.
last question I have real quick on this, because I know I've said a ton. I want you to get in here. I'm going to give you a hypothetical. You just told me you spent $1.2 million. I'm going to put you on the spot.
On a video, yeah.
On one video, of course. If I gave you $100 million tomorrow, in the next 10 seconds, what is the craziest idea that you could spend it all
guaranteed. I would go buy a private island, put 100 YouTubers on it, and I'd tell them whoever survives the longest gets it.
Now, survives the longest?
I would probably do another Battle Royale one. Honestly, I would want to think of something more creative than just putting balloons over their head and last to get popped, because if it's $100 million, like, I mean, yeah, we'd probably like just put them there and say whoever
What about
leads.
real Hunger Games?
I mean, that would be the next step.
Like,
I just don't know if that's...
you die.
I mean, if there's waivers that cover death...
We just go to international waters and we create an artificial
We can find an
island.
island out there.
I'm down if you can find the legal loopholes. I'm kidding. So
Legal loopholes,
I have to say I'm kidding, because I do weird enough stuff where someone might think I'd actually do that. I don't know.
Cash App, I just found your next project.
Yeah,
Hey, bro.
$100 million.
So
No, if you give me $100 million just to invest in side channels, I mean, I could go buy 100 channels and just optimize them and turn the money around.
would you invest in me?
I mean, if you were down, yeah. You got it. Like, some of your intros sometimes are a little long, and I could find some ways to up the retention a little bit.
Fuck, Swappa. Gotta cut those intros out. I gotta talk fast.
Sometimes you literally sit there and talk for a minute. I always mean to text you, but I always forget. Literally, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
And why do you do that? That has to be horrible for retention.
Brother, my
Shorter intros. Shorter
self-confidence is an all-time low.
intros.
Well, just
Not only is Jack doing like 1 million
Mr.
views a video
Beast.
right now, but
he could be doing like 4 if he like optimized it.
well,
Help
brother,
me!
I know.
That's why. All right. Well,
Step one is intros.
I actually meant to be. I meant to tell you
Can
my
I get a
payment for
hand
today's
or
stream.
something? Goddamn.
My payment for today's stream, and I need this on video, is that can I be in some of your Among Us videos?
Of course, yeah.
Well, hold on, let me slide in here. I'm good at Among Us.
We're groups full.
Just let the boys know. Let's invite Courage to the next one. I'm down.
Thank you. No, but speaking of that, today we brought up on how crazy the show was, how we had the vote back in.
Yeah.
And Dream's simp army came on through.
They are insane.
And,
yeah.
Like, I want to hear your opinion on, like, because there's now creators that are hitting like hyper levels, like K-pop levels of engagement. Like, we've seen Dream, Tommy in it, Sapnap,
His whole
George,
squad,
that whole
George.
group,
Yeah,
the Dream
yeah.
server. It's now like even Carl now from it is
Yeah, he's
getting
killing it.
talked about.
I'm really happy for him.
I don't know how much you've seen of Corpse, the guy Corpse, who's been playing Among Us with.
Oh
like,
yeah,
PewDiePie.
actually, I only know him because Carl replies to his tweets.
Yeah. So these guys they have 400,000 followers on Twitter and tweet and get 200,000 likes. Like,
Yeah, it's insane.
What do you think about Dream? These guys with these crazy art, like what comes to your head?
Well, I personally, like, when Dream was not, like, because he's pulling over 100 million views a month. I think when he was on, like, 40 or 50, like, I just met him. I don't remember how we met, but we ended up talking, and I knew right after talking to Dream for, like, 20, 30 minutes, like, he was going to be a big YouTuber. Like, I remember I called Reed. I was like, you need to get to know Dream. That was literally one of the first things I did. I was like, there's very few creators that I can have intelligent conversations with and, like, genuinely like enjoy it. And I was like, Dream is one of them. Like, he gets programming, he understands like how to make a good video, and he just kind of like gets it. And I was like, Reed, he gets it. I was like so excited. Because I have like these few YouTubers that I talk to constantly, and I was so you know, I had a really good feeling that he'd be big. And then one thing is they just are, I don't know, they're really good at just being themselves, which is cool. I think a lot of people like the authenticity. Like they don't try to start drama. They don't fake stuff like a lot of previous big groups. Like they're just them. They're playing this game that's really popular. They're really goofy and weird.
They're a bunch of Minecraft. Like,
yeah.
they love Minecraft. They love goofing around with their friends and love the storylines of it. Like, you watch their videos, you get that right away.
And so it's kind of just like perfect culmination. Like Minecraft made a rebound. They're all just being genuine themselves, and like, you know, they get how to be entertaining. It's literally just like if you made a perfect potion, like that squad is what it is. So I think the cult like following is a result of that. Obviously, like
Is there a way to does cult-like following just happen, or is there a way to push it to happen, or is it just like?
No, you definitely can't make it. That's one thing. Like, you can tell when people try too hard. Like, it's just, and that's the beauty of it. It's just natural and organic. Like, none of them are really like forcing it.
Yeah. It's crazy, the level that some of these
guys
it
is.
I think it's unbelievable to me, and me and Hector used to talk about this a lot. It's like, and we were talking about this in like 2013, and now it's 2020. It's like, before today, I had never even heard of Dream. And
Really?
I don't mean that disrespectfully.
Wow.
And maybe I'm not on YouTube enough, but it seems like every day there is a creator that just popped up out of nowhere that has millions and millions of subscribers. I'm like, holy shit.
A little bit, but the thing is, like, Dream has been one of the fastest growing YouTubers like the last like 3 months in a row. Like, so it's like, you can, if you look at like the top 10 most subscribed to channels like every like week, like that's how you can tell the ones that are really blowing up. And honestly, the last, like, so far this year, Dream's really been the only one that's been up there consistently. Outside of obviously us and like
insane.
normal people. So no, I would say the opposite. I would say less people are blowing up than before, because I mean, if you just look at the top charts and like the people coming up, it's really not that many new people outside like Dream, and then there's the people that surround him in that group. But outside of them, like at least in our world, like, you know, the more gaming and just meme side of YouTube, like I don't see too many people blowing up at the moment.
Really quick, as we have many more things to talk about, I want to make sure we show love to
we got time before. Oh, no, you're good.
Another one of our
run it.
Another one of our proud sponsors,
Which gave me a black card. Thank you. Still use it.
Hey, we love you, Chipotle. That's Matt. You want me to read your part?
Yeah, just hey, man, you got it.
Love that. Shout out to everyone at Chipotle. As you guys know, we absolutely love Chipotle, especially bringing back carne asada. If your favorite order is a burrito, bowl, or tacos, definitely give it a try, as it's available for a limited time at Chipotle.com or on the Chipotle app with a $1 delivery fee right now. Matt's been adding carne asada tacos to his chicken bowl order.
That's a fact.
He's been loving it.
So you give me the order?
So I get a double. I get a double chicken burrito bowl with brown rice, cheese and lettuce with green salsa, and then I'll do 2 carne asada tacos with brown rice, cheese, lettuce, and salsa.
Interesting.
On the side.
With chips and then 2 bottles of water.
So man, I just get carnitas, chicken, steak, and cheese. I just get all the meats with a little bit of cheese. Perfect.
Wow, you're getting protein in. I love it.
Well, of course with white rice, obviously.
Yes, but don't be
Just switch to brown rice. It's a slow burning carb.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
But the white rice tastes good.
The Chipotle
I was
carne
always
asada
white rice
really is
and I switched to
amazing.
brown.
Tender steak, spices, lime, and cilantro.
Dude,
Doesn't
their
get much better
chicken
than
is
that.
always spicy.
We love Chipotle, and we're excited to share
It is.
announcing something really incredible with them soon. You won't want to miss it. They're literally fighting over how good Chipotle is.
Mr.
I'm trying to read it off.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Jimmy.
Hit me.
What stresses you out the
What
most?
stress? So, well, here's one thing.
is your
one thing,
driver
real
for
quick. When I
anxiety?
yawn, my eyes get watery. I want you to know I'm not crying right now.
It's okay, man. You can be emotional.
They're
Brother,
probably,
if
you
I
might,
were you, I'd be crying right now, tears of joy.
Yes, a little bit, but it's the weirdest thing when I yawn. I just like a tear usually comes out of my eye, and people always think I'm sad.
It's all right.
Anyways, now I got that out of the way. So what about Jimmy?
What stresses you out the most every single day?
Oh gosh.
Or
What does it?
besides work, like what is your biggest fear? And I know that might be the most cliche question, but it's like everybody gets to see happy Jimmy. Everybody gets to see this man Jimmy that's giving away money and cars and a new life for some people.
Yeah.
What?
Not Dream, Reed. Could you help me answer that one? That's a deep one.
Your biggest fear?
Not biggest fear, just more like what are things
the hardest part about
what
your
are
life?
things I struggle with outside of YouTube?
Well, he's not mic'd up.
All right, fine. I would say honestly that my biggest struggle is because this is what it's been.
There's Mike there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, above me. Yeah. The biggest struggle for most of my life has been finding people that are as passionate about YouTube as me. Just to be honest, when I was younger, like I thought I was a massive weirdo. And like I was super shy, and a big part of why I was shy is because all I wanted to talk about and all I did talk about was YouTube. And people would all tell me all the time, they'd be like, you're too obsessed. They'd be like, there's things other than YouTube, and like a lot of people would just make fun of me because they were like, why the hell do you care so much about YouTube? I'd be like, literally, I'm 15, I'm like quoting stats about YouTube. I'm like, all right, this is how you do it. I want to be a YouTuber. And that literally, I would just 10 times a day, I would just say to the same person, I really want to be a YouTuber. And they'd be like, I fucking get it. Yeah. Anything else, Jimmy? I'm like, no, I just want to be a YouTuber. And like that, so I did that for a while, but it was like around when I was 16, 17, I thought like no one gave a fuck. And like, it's weird because it's like when you're so hyper passionate about something and like no one around you is, you just feel like a giant outcast. Like I hate like cartoons, but I would force myself to watch cartoons just so I could kind of like fit in a little bit more, or I'd watch things that I just didn't care about so I could relate to other people. But then I was just miserable, and it's weird. It's really weird. But like if you can't relate to literally anyone in your surroundings and you just think you think something's wrong with you. But then it was like when I was around 18, I started to meet other YouTubers that were like equally as obsessed. And that was when things changed a lot for me. Because then I realized like, I'm not like, all right, I might be weird, but there are other people like me. Just because I'm super passionate about something doesn't mean like I'm stupid, or it's just, I'm not going to get along with most people. And then like once I made that realization, I just started spending literally 12 to 15 hours a day talking to other smart YouTubers as opposed to just average normal people that, made me feel uncomfortable for how obsessed I was with YouTube. Like that was when everything changed for me.
You mentioned, that's a great question. I love what Matt said, bringing up the difference between Jimmy and Mr. Beast. You and I have both now been in a relationship with...
a relationship?
Sorry. No, you've had a girlfriend named Maddie for a little bit over a year. I've had a girlfriend named Maddie for a little bit over for a year. They are both cover-ups. People don't know what happens when these cameras go off. But for you, is she your first ever real serious girlfriend?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And same for me. Mm-hmm. How has that been for you? Because I know I had a fear of getting into a serious relationship while I was trying to run my own business.
And thinking like your business would fall off and stuff.
How has that been for you? Because I think we haven't really got to talk about it too much.
Well, she's great because she likes social media, and she's also very understanding. Like she knows like sometimes I just gotta film for 2 or 3 days, or like that's one problem I've always had is like when I'm in the zone, I'm just kind of like in the zone. I just want to focus on work, and like she gets that, and so that's one thing I like about it. I like about her, and I mean,
what's a favorite memory you guys have together?
Oh, favorite memory?
Yeah.
Dude, it's hard to boil them down. Like, I don't know.
Or your favorite part about her?
I'm giving you a brownie point. I know you are. All right, here, because she's insanely beautiful, which she is. Like, it's freaking crazy. And no, I just my favorite thing is that she doesn't take things super serious. Like, if she's able to just be goofy and make me laugh. And my biggest worry is like I was worried we wouldn't really get along well long term because she doesn't do YouTube. And like I said before, I'm like so hyper passionate about it. But oddly enough, like we laugh, we chat and get along. And like that was one of the things I was most surprised. Like, could I actually date someone who doesn't like YouTube when that's all I think about 99% of the time,
True.
But yeah, it worked out great.
You said your mom never understood that you were investing so much money into your videos.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of my mom not understanding why I was spending so many hours on this game and why I was like traveling to these events. And maybe you've talked about it in the past, but I don't know, so I'm curious. Are you close with your mom?
Oh yeah, no, we're super close. My mom, she's the one I'm the close with. Obviously my brother, my sister, but yeah, like it's weird because like everything I make fun of her for, is because she was doing things out of love. Like she technically kicked me out of the house because I didn't want to go to college, but it's because she wanted me to be successful. She didn't want me to end up working a minimum wage job. So like it's funny because like when she's stern, like she's my mom, and it's kind of like borderline cute because I know where it's coming from. But yeah, all throughout high school, like we constantly fought because my grades were terrible, and I was just like, I want to make YouTube videos, and she's like, cool, but that doesn't make money. And I'm like, it will. And like that was literally us all of high school, me saying I'm going to make money doing YouTube, and her being like, that's cool, but until you do, you kind of gotta figure out something else, right? And so that was basically up until the last 2 years. That was like a big part of our relationship. Me just hyper focused wanting to do YouTube, and her just wanting to make sure I don't end up working at McDonald's.
So you completely switch gears, and I love that for you. And because I have a great relationship with my dad, and there's nothing better.
Yeah.
And I was in the same place where my mom and my dad pushed me to go the traditional route, but that's because they were word for me. So I love that.
Exactly.
But whenever I hear you say something, it just spins into another question.
Good.
So you're obviously, we said at the beginning, you've been breaking barriers and transcending like the platform. And I know you don't like to hear it, but you have.
Thank you.
Right? And so we had an offline conversation about TikTok, whether you do it at some time in the future. The D'Amelio family just won the second Creator Games, and it's just a completely different world.
It
right?
is, yeah.
What are your thoughts on just all these stars like Addison Rae, like the D'Amelio family, like the Hype House, and all, just individuals that have just seemingly come out of nowhere
And are huge.
and their following and how they got there, and just your overall perception of like, right, you have Viners, you have YouTubers, you have Instagram models, then you have TikTok.
Yeah.
Do you respect it? Are you a fan
Well, of course. Well, so, there's always people in history who, like, you look back on them, you're like, oh, that was obvious, like, that was going to be successful. But, like, at the time, it's not as obvious. And I think these TikTok, like, a lot of people think these TikTokers are just going to go up and then down, but I don't think that's the case. Like, I do think they're here to stay for the most part, like a lot of Viners. Not all of them, right? Not the ones with 1 million followers, but the ones that are big TikTokers, like, their names are out there. They've diversified their followings to Instagram and quite a bit of them to YouTube now as well. Not as much, but it's relatively, if you have 20 million TikTok followers, yeah, you might only have like 3 million on your YouTube, but that's still more than a lot of YouTubers, Yeah, exactly. So like a lot of people like to nitpick the diversity of their following, but it's still like relatively pretty great, especially for how, new it all is. I think they're going to be huge. I think they're just getting started. TikTok, the ability, you can consume so much more content because it's so much shorter. So you do get to know a lot more creators there. But I feel like, especially with the bigger people on TikTok, like the person themselves almost become a trend on TikTok. Like you don't necessarily get recommended a lot of videos about PewDiePie if you watch them. Like just tons of breakdowns. You might get 1 or 2, but not like relentlessly. But if you watch a video or 2 of Addison, you start to get videos of people, dancing like her or making jokes about her or whatever. And it's like really good at like hitting you with trends around certain people. And I think that's what makes these like megastars so much bigger, because not only is it their platform, but it's like millions of other accounts literally are like promoting them and making content around them, and all of a sudden that content about them starts going viral, and now they don't even have to do anything and they just go viral. You know what I mean?
It's such an insane thing like to think about with TikTok and how much it's blown up. You just mentioned PewDiePie. Mm-hmm. First thing I noticed when I walked in is that you had a photo of him on the wall.
Yeah. That's in the vlog.
Is your love still as strong as it once was for PewDiePie?
Obviously, yeah. No, he's great. I appreciate how humble he is. Literally, like he, there's. I'm not going to say names, but I think you could think of quite a few YouTubers if they were in his position that would just be arrogant and just a giant prick. And I mean,
he's giant now. That motherfucker's shredded.
He's jacked.
Bro,
I didn't mean it in that sense, but
he made me almost want to act up.
Yeah, he is. He's insane. I mean, like as if he wasn't already big enough on YouTube. But I think it's just the fact that he's humble at that big of a size when it'd be very easy to be a prick is why I like him.
Wait, can I ask my question?
I've been waiting to ask my question. Go ahead. You go ahead. I've been talking a lot.
I love it.
No, I've been talking a lot. I've been talking a lot.
And this is not meant to be at all any sort of disrespect to PewDiePie. Will you be bigger than PewDiePie one day?
And we'll see.
No. Come on, don't give me the bullshit answer.
I want to get 1 subscriber behind him. Get me there. We'll see. We'll see what happens then. I don't know. I have a feeling we'll hit 100 million.
Do you want to beat T-Series?
And then we'll, I mean, T-Series is about to have more subscribers than there are people in America, so I'm not quite sure that's even possible. But
so the goal is 1 subscriber.
I want to get 1 subscriber right behind PewDiePie. Then I'll fly to him and we'll have a chat. We'll see what happens.
All right,
let's start off with that.
I want you to be Shark Tank, Ryan. You've ever watched Shark Tank? Mm-hmm. Where people pitch companies?
Of course, yeah.
I have an idea for a video that I just thought of.
Is it with YouTube channels?
It's with you. It's with money and it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
And if you like the idea, we have to have a serious conversation about you doing it along with 100 Thieves. We'll fund the whole thing.
We already have a Shark Tank idea, but
not Shark Tank. I want you to be Mark Cuban for me right now.
Yeah. Hit me.
And you can even take the idea. And
what
maybe you've even thought about it before. I'm sure you have.
What is it?
I want to do a full-on dollar for dollar scavenger hunt that spans the entire country. And maybe at first it could be state to state.
How does that have anything to do with Shark Tank?
No, I wanted you to be Mark Cuban as I pitch you on an idea.
Gotcha. Sometimes your analogies are a little confusing.
A United States, like the entire country.
Yeah, we already have the. We got something big coming up. Don't worry.
Where I hide like $100,000 in some random fucking location in one state or another.
Yep.
Okay. Well.
I can't say anymore because yes.
What if?
Already in the works.
What if we kidnapped you?
Well, we have security guards out there, so you probably.
What if I kidnapped you and just like brought you to Chipotle?
I mean, I'd be happy because I could get all the meats plus white rice with cheese.
Nice. And plugged again, and I think the pot. Okay.
This is fun. Keep asking questions.
This is perfect.
Especially YouTube ones. I love YouTube.
Okay.
What is there any YouTuber that you hate? Is there someone that you're like?
It's not worth the energy. I'd rather. No, I mean,
I'm not even trying to. Is there just like you're just like why the fuck's that person?
Well, it's not even worth focusing on. Even if there was someone I hypothetically hated, who cares? Like, it's better to focus on the positives and like what I can do to better my channel.
For the sake of a clippable clip that we can clickbait, can you say you hate me?
I hate Nadeshot.
Wow, there you go.
Jesus
There you go.
Christ.
Well, Mr. Beast hates Nadeshot.
He
Clipping and shipping.
sucks.
All right. Well,
Clipping and shipping.
okay. Well, I'll ask you another question about
Yeah.
YouTube. So you've done so many things well. There's so many creators that you admire, that you work with, yada yada yada. What is the one tactic that creators use to get viewership, aside from like clickbait, that they put in their videos? Like, for instance, we were talking yesterday, and this is not me slighting, like. Jarvis or Kay. I know Kay. I've hung out with him. I respect him a ton. And when I was hanging out with him, he went from not uploading on YouTube at all, living in the Face House, to now doing over 1 million views a video.
Okay.
But like, what do you think about when like Jarvis or Kay makes a video where they're living on like Justin Bieber's property and they say, "Oh, I found his cell phone in this lake, and if we get 500,000 likes, we're gonna unlock it and go through his camera roll." Like, what are your thoughts on videos that are clearly
Stage? Is that what you're saying? I mean, like I said, I don't really want to knock them. They got their own thing going on. Like, here's the thing: what I do isn't perfect. Like, there are things you can nitpick, things I probably like aren't as entertaining, or this or that. And so it's like, I think it's a dangerous road if I just sit here and start nitpicking other people, because I mean, like, that'd be kind of hypocritical. I'm not perfect. You know what I mean?
No, so when we talked about it a little last night, and I guess like in a way where I justify for myself.
Yeah. Who is this almighty righteous God that can deem what content is good or bad? Like, I know some stuff for my taste is not good, not them, but just in general, there are things I find that I think fucking suck, but someone's watching it. You know what I mean?
Because I actually shouldn't even use a specific example, and I'm not trying to get you to say something that I'm looking for. What I'm saying is, from a broad perspective, what is something that is successful on YouTube and is a bigger trend that you would never touch, or what would you never do that you don't respect?
Never do? Oh God, that I don't respect.
You watch.
Reed, help me. Throw something out there.
You wanted YouTube questions. You watch.
This is.
You keep track of every YouTube channel in the world.
I'm not mad. I like it. Stop provoking. Reed,
what is something you would never do?
Throw something out to inspire me. What's something you think I?
Channel you wouldn't do?
What's something, that I quote unquote say, but I'm not this almighty God that gets to deem what's good or not.
I'm not saying
but
that
that's the thing, like, if something's getting views, people are watching it. It has good retention. And it might be just for a younger audience. But like, I mean, like, Nickelodeon's successful and people like that. And we wouldn't, like, if you go back and watch a lot of the shows you watched when you were younger on Nickelodeon, like, if you were hypercritical, you could say they suck. They're trash by all standards. But you're a kid. And a lot of those quote unquote shittier channels, like, they are younger, but it's like, that's the thing, like, why, you know what I mean? Like, why do we get to determine that kids content is bad because we're not kids? It's not our demographic.
All right, well, more YouTube then. You know the platform better than anybody. You're always talking to YouTube. We have friends at YouTube. You know people at YouTube. What is one change right now YouTube can make to its platform that would immediately benefit you or help you grow?
Benefit me? I don't know, but one change I would love to see is I would love to see them speeding up shorts, and so they're competing with TikTok more. I mean, clearly short form content is like the next big thing, but I mean, like, they kind of have shorts on YouTube right now, but it's horrible. The experience is horrible, and I know they're working on it, but I would say that, like, short form content has proven it's massive. People love TikTok, and it's like, but obviously you don't just abandon long form content. Like, that's why people love YouTube, and there's a spot for it. But I really think, like, they're underserving that community, and I want to see, like, right away.
So you think they need to move quicker? They need to adapt?
100%. Dude, TikTok's the most downloaded app every single month. Like, and people are just growing bigger and bigger. Especially now that's not getting banned.
What did you think about David Dobrik completely just quitting vlogging for a short time? And I'm sure he's going to upload. He might be uploading now. I don't know.
No, he's not yet.
He took over YouTube with this format of these 4-minute vlogs, comedic relief, and then he just seemingly just switched over to TikTok.
Like the avatar. Well, I don't think it was just that. Like, you know, I've talked to him. Like, the reason he stopped or hasn't come back yet is because COVID. I mean, his videos are him with a bunch of people, and I mean, he would get ripped apart. Like, why are you with this person? This person was there. And so I don't think he left because of strategy. It's not like he's like, oh, well, if I just go all in on TikTok, I'll be a bigger influencer. It's kind of like he did TikTok for a little bit, and then when he went to come back, COVID was the thing, so he kind of just stayed there. I mean, because like, honest answer, obviously it's stupid. Like, he should be making vlogs, but it's just not a possibility for him because of the situation.
All right, another hypothetical.
Yeah.
Say there were competitors in the VOD space like there are in live streaming.
Next question.
Yeah.
You have Mixer paying Ninja upwards of $25-30 million, you know, allegedly. How much would a competitor to YouTube have to pay you
To jump ship?
to jump ship?
Oh, Reed, you want to help me with that number?
No,
Reed's my
I don't want to
manager.
hear Reed.
I mean,
Reed's a smart guy, but Jimmy, you need to be Mr. Beast here.
yeah, I know. Well, he's the one who helps me.
Would you consider it?
I mean,
And I also look at it from not from a monetization standpoint, or like I'm giving this money
Yeah, I
from
mean,
Mr. Beast.
$250 million, but like no one's paying me that right now. But just with the opportunity we have and everything we have going on, like it'd have to be a large chunk of money. Like we're building out multiple channels. I have more than just Mr. Beast here. So if I can't touch YouTube anymore with the IPs we're gonna be able to spin off and the merch we sell and all the other companies in the future, like that to me is what the opportunity cost is.
Do you have like a number one regretted video you've made? Is there one that you're like, fuck, I wish I never made that one, or you had to delete, or?
No, not really. I mean, every video, even the stupid ones, I learned something, you know, and that's something I try to make a very big point of is like, no matter how bad we mess up, like we sometimes have videos that have horrible retention. It's just like, as long as you learn from it, it's not the end of the world, so.
That plunger video was a fail, I heard.
Yes, yeah, but see, I learned you can't climb with plungers, and I got to be less stupid. He's talking about a video we scrapped where we tried to climb with plungers on the side of a wall. Spoiler, you couldn't.
So cartoons lied to us all our lives.
Yeah, they did. I know. I thought it was going to be such a banger, and we had so many plungers on us, and then it just literally couldn't even carry like 10 pounds.
You got a lot. I just can't imagine. How do you sleep? Because
I really struggle. My brain never turns off.
That's what I'm saying. Your brain just must be firing at all cylinders at all times.
It literally is. I mean, I will be talking to people, and then like I literally just mid conversation will just start daydreaming about YouTube and forget about it. It's a problem. I'm way too obsessed with this, but
what's the most money that you made off one YouTube video in terms of ad revenue?
Oh gosh, ad revenue. I mean, obviously 6 figures. I don't know a detailed number. I mean, you can do math. We have a video with 100 million views. Pick an RPM, apply it. There you go.
So we can infer.
I mean, a lot, yeah. I mean, some months I spend $3 million in content. So if I'm not making 6 figures from ad revenue, then obviously.
Would you ever consider adopting a child or having a baby with your significant other in the future and forcing that child to unbox toys for you?
Well, ever since Copa, it's not as lucrative. Their ad rates are lower. I don't think they're as big. But no, I think there's honestly, easier ways to make money on YouTube that aren't as degrading, to be honest.
What about these channels? I mean, what was the unboxing channel that...
Ryan Toys Review?
No. The Russian.
Yeah, what is Diana or whatever?
Who did we talk to about this on our podcast with?
Muselk. They were getting
Muselk.
4 billion views a month.
Yeah, you're talking about across the Russian one?
4 billion views a month.
I thought they didn't even have a language. What?
Yeah.
Listen, I have told my girlfriend...
Oh, wait, Coco Melon, too. Yeah.
All those, but either way.
I have told my girlfriend that I'm not sure if I want to have children. I've told her.
But if you did.
I told her though, I'd rather have a baby than lose you, because it's true. It's very true. But I'm gonna have a baby today if I could get 4 billion views a month. I mean,
bro, let's adopt the kid together.
That kid's gonna get Macaulay Culkin. He's not gonna see a dime.
Yeah, but those views aren't as well monetized, especially because those are in
Shit.
Russia has a fraction of the CPM we do too.
4 billion views already monetized better than my channel has in its history. I mean, it's worth it. Trust me. 10 years of work for one kid. Come on.
Yeah. 4 billion views with Russian CPM on Kids Channel, which isn't as high. I don't even know if they can have ads really anymore. I mean, it's a lot, but I mean, there's no doubt in my mind, like my channel's making more than theirs. Like, I guarantee it, off ad revenue.
If you were the CEO of YouTube, if you were Susan right now, besides the reels, what is the one thing that you would do to help creators, or one thing that you would
oh boy.
change?
I mean, if I was able to think about this a lot longer, I'd have a better answer. But I'd say the biggest thing is just education. A lot of YouTubers, like, there's so much misconception. They focus on so much like random stuff. You know what I mean? Like when actually, I mean, part of it is just YouTubers though. Like, no matter what you tell them, they just kind of like, nope, this is how it works. This is the algorithm. Like, I'll literally lay out how someone gets views. Someone who's pulling like 1 million views a month. You know, we have like multiple channels that are doing crazy views. Like, clearly we know what we're talking about. And they'll literally just tell me like, no, that's not how it works. Like, it's not as simple as just make good videos that people enjoy and click and watch. Like, you got to factor in comments. I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, I could disable comments and still get a lot of views. But I mean, for the people that are willing to be coachable, I would say like just education. Like, there is a lot of information out there that like people like live and breathe by, like the weirdest stuff. I gotta upload at midnight on Wednesdays or my videos don't do well. It's like just dumb stuff like that that they don't realize how badly they're like handicapping themselves. And it's like, I don't even know where a lot of these people get this stuff from.
Yeah, I obviously like YouTube focuses more primarily on ad revenue. I mean, it's like their entire business.
I'd say they're pretty fair.
I wonder if they ever thought about like the ability to take an equity stake in somebody who's uploading to their platform in their likeness in some way.
But their platform is worth like $300 billion.
No, I know, but I'm just saying like a creator fund that they can invest into individual creators for upside in the future.
Oh, for upside, no. But they did an education fund.
I wonder if that would even make sense.
I don't think it would. Because things would get weird fast.
Okay.
Yeah. Then,
Bro, I'm tired after today.
It's okay.
I'm kind of sitting there just going like
I'm
this.
excited, man. We're talking about YouTube.
No, I think I can pull some hard, like 2 more. We want 45 minutes. We usually go an hour.
I literally could talk about this YouTube for like 100 hours. That's all I do. I one time had an 18-hour phone call about YouTube.
If you could be
18 hours.
We had an hour and a half call out of nowhere, a month ago when you were signing shirts?
18 hours we talked. And like, it was like from 6 a.m. to like the next day. It was crazy.
If